Welcome to The Real Dish Show, the place where we peel back the onion on your fabulously fit life. I'm Chef Maria, the fit foodie, and with over 30 years of experience in the health and wellness world, I'm here to guide you on this journey to uncover the keys to living a vibrant, balanced life. Whether you're seeking practical tips for nutrition, fitness, mental well-being, or simply craving insightful conversations with experts in the field, you've come to the right place. Now get ready to embark on a holistic adventure toward a healthier, happier you and make shift happen for good. Well, friends, it's my birthday week, and it's kind of a big one. 57. Ooh, that means I am still in my mid-50s, but edging towards 60. Holy fork. When I was younger, this age kind of just said, auntie, unk. That's what the kids say these days when they refer to somebody old, I guess. But I'm okay with it because this means that I have earned it. You don't get to this point in life without just going, wow, I've weathered the storms. I'm seasoned. I'm seasoned like that cast iron skillet that I love so much. But the truth is, I've learned a lot. I have gotten wiser, thank God, because when I was in my 20s, I was just kind of a little twit. And what I've learned is that health, entrepreneurship, faith, family, love, those are the most important things in life, and especially love. And so on my 57th birthday, I thought instead of giving you a highlight reel or a greatest hits list, I wanted to give you something far more honest. All those meaningful things in my life wrapped up into this episode. So my health, my career, my faith, the brands I've built, the places I've traveled, the TV shows I've cooked on, all of it came down to taking one good step. One good step. Not eating the elephant all in one bite because you can't, but taking a good step in the right direction without a master plan and not having it all figured out, because just one faithful forward step taken again and again creates the journey, creates the path, creates the road of life that's worth living. So this episode is a deeper dive into that journey. 57 good steps that I want to share with you to share what really matters in this real life. That's the REAL life, not the REEL life. And how they've shown up in my body, my business, and my purpose. So wherever you are today, if you're overwhelmed or you're curious or you're rebuilding or dreaming, I hope you hear this as permission. You don't need to have the whole staircase. You just need the next step. And that, my friends, is what will set you on the right path. So let's break it down. Let's talk about food and fuel. People always ask me, what's the secret? And I always want to say there is no secret. There's a system. And one of those important good steps, and you've probably heard it from me if you have listened to me at any moment or watched me on TV or seen my Instagram, it's start with protein. Whether I was cooking at home, traveling, or standing under studio lights, protein has been my anchor. And this didn't come naturally to me. I am naturally a carb girl. I would much prefer to have a bagel or a piece of toast or, a croissant in the morning, but I found that starting with protein helped to stabilize my blood sugar. It steadied my mood. It gave me so much more energy to power through the morning and helped to keep me grounded when everything else felt chaotic. And so that's why I always say build your meals protein first. As important is to add plants. So we're wanting to add a nice, diverse color and texture assortment, and then we're adding fats. And I love to prioritize plant-based fats like avocado, nuts, seeds. So it's not about restriction, it's about structure. When you have the structure, you have the blueprint for what that meal should look like. And the good proteins, the ones that keep me supercharged, and they could vary, but I love to default to lean proteins like chicken and fish and lean beef and eggs. And, I love, great seared ahi tuna or beautiful, grilled chicken breast with lots of spice and flavor. Or, give me that beautiful, filet or a lean cut of steak, a burger every once in a while. I love a good burger, and especially if it's bison, for example. I have a great recipe for a bison burger in my book. So those are the things that get me going and keep the energy flowing, and then a good assortment of the different colors of the rainbow from fruits and veggies. I literally, to celebrate a little early celebration, had the most gorgeous fruit platter at Terranea Resort. And it was everything that I love on a plate. And I just housed it. There was no stopping me. It was so delicious and so fresh. And it was just an assortment of fresh fruit, pineapple, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, watermelon, oranges. I mean, melons. It was everything that I love. So that's really important. Another good step is to drink water before coffee. And it sounds boring, but it's not. It's so foundational. Most people aren't tired, they're dehydrated, especially when you wake up after a good 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep. Your body just wants hydration. And for me, that water with electrolytes makes all the difference in the world. Because dehydration can show up as cravings and anxiety and poor digestion and brain fog. And those are not good steps. Those are not glamorous steps. They're horrible. And so when we wake up and we give our body what it needs and we hydrate throughout the day, that's what gets us, in the right direction towards resiliency. And those are the steps that are repeatable. So eat, hydrate, repeat. It's pretty basic, but it just works. And when it works, you don't try and fix it.
Let me talk to you for a second, sis. If you're in midlife and thinking, why does what used to work not work anymore? You are not crazy and you're definitely not broken. Your body has changed, your hormones are shifting, and your stress load is different. And trying to follow outdated health advice just leaves you frustrated, because I know it did me. And that's exactly why I created my free FIT guide. FIT stands for Fuel, Inspire, and Thrive. And this guide walks you through the simple mindset, nutrition, and lifestyle shifts that actually matter in midlife without extremes, guilt, or burning yourself out. And it's definitely not about shrinking. This is about building strength, energy, confidence, and clarity from the inside out, so your body works with you again. And your brain needs to be on board too, so there's a lot that has to do with that as well. Now, if you want a smarter, more sustainable approach to feeling strong, clear-headed, and energized in this season of life, this is your starting point. You can download the free FIT guide right now at chefmareya.com. That's chef, CHEF, MAREYA.com. It's simple, it's practical, and it meets you exactly where you are.
Number 2, let's talk about travel and adaptability, because the street has taught me more than any nutrition or chef certification ever could. The healthiest cultures are not obsessed with food. I just have seen it over and over and over again. Yes, they love food and they love celebrating with food, but they're not obsessed about diet. They are engaged with life. They walk everywhere. They sit down to eat. They linger. There's always multiple people at the table. So one good step that I take everywhere I go is I walk. after meals, before and after, hopefully. And it's not like power walking with a place to go, swinging your arms crazy. It's not even tracking the steps. I mean, sure, it's fun to see how many steps you've taken, but it's really not about that. It's just walking. It supports digestion. It helps with managing your blood sugar. Yes. And it clears the mind. And it's how you actually see a place. I mean, I think it's so fun when you walk to a destination and then it's in front of you and you enter it and it's like it's the runway, it's the red carpet that leads you into it. It's like finding that little jewel. And it helps to just kind of make the whole path and the process of the meal, the approach to it, that much more fun and exciting and interesting. And I think you notice more when you walk. You just see it. When you're in a car, you kind of just rush through things. You're on a bus or you're on a plane. You don't see the detail, but when you walk, you see the door frames. You see the stones on the ground. You see windows. You see merchandising. You see people. I mean, to me, this is probably one of the most exciting parts of traveling and being in places is to walk. And when you walk, you get to also see what is happening in the streets. And markets are some of my favorite things to see. And you'll see what grows where you are. Local food is seasonal food. It's better for you. It's easier to digest. It's usually much more nutrient dense. And being in a new place is about understanding the food and what people are eating and watching them do that. That's why I love street food so much and street markets, is you get to see that in real time. So travel reminds me that wellness isn't just about control. It's about participation. It's about trying the new things, seeing what's in season, experiencing the people, experiencing the food. And that, my friends, is the secret sauce to traveling well. Number 3 is midlife health. Okay, this is kind of newish, I should say, in a way. But if you are in that midlife phase, and a lot of you are, it's really about adopting some new habits. And new doesn't come easily, but it's going to require a little adaptation. It's not about extremes, but it is about consistency. So one good step that's changed everything for me is lifting weights and resistance training. It's not to shrink or to punish, but it's to support my bones, my hormones, and my confidence. To build that muscle is the longevity organ. It is metabolic armor. I mean, it really is, because muscle burns more efficiently than fat. So if you're working with more muscle, guess what? Your body's going to be way more forgiving with the food. So building is really, to me, an act of survival and self-respect. So when you're in the gym or you have your weights at home or you're using body weight as your resistance training, you are building that muscle mass, but you're also building your bones. And as we age, bone density just becomes so incredibly important. What will take you out faster than anything is breaking a hip as you age. So recovering from those breaks gets a lot more difficult. So really, I mean, I don't know why we become so resistant to this idea as women in particular, but I'm going to tell you something. I see the cardio bunnies out there. I see people that are not really open to this idea of weights, but then I see the ones who are, and it's like a night and day difference. So just try it. One good step would be to go to a gym and have one session with a trainer. If you've never done it before, just have them teach you the fundamentals of weight training. And if you don't have the ability to do that, there are tons and tons of free videos on YouTube and apps that you can download and try out. And you will find that it's not as intimidating as you think. Just start with one good step. Another really important thing that I want to stress in this realm is to stop under eating. So many people in midlife are exhausted because they're not eating enough. It's really not about eating too much. I think when you eat the right foods, when you're, focusing on the good quality protein and you're getting the range of veggies and fruits and you're eating the good fats and you're hydrating, food is not the problem. It's the fear. And we have been trained for so long that eating is almost like the enemy, right? That food is the enemy. And that is a lie. We need food. We need to make good choices to feed our bodies the right way. And if you undereat, you're basically triggering your body to think that it's in starvation mode and that it has to hunker down and conserve calories, conserve energy, and store fat for the winter. Like we're in hibernation, but we're not in hibernation. We want to burn efficiently. So don't undereat. And if you're wondering, well, how much am I supposed to eat? I have a meal prep app on my website at chefmaria.com where you can enter your age, enter your height, enter your activity level, and it will give you your caloric requirements along with a macronutrient breakdown. So how much protein you should be getting, how many carbs, how much fat, and you can use that as your template. We all need a calculator, right? We all need to know ballpark where we should be in order to reach our goals. And rather than just blindly shooting at the target, how about you take the blindfold off and shoot with the right equipment? I know, I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but so many people do this. They just kind of hope that they hit the target, but they don't really know what the target is. So I've got the tools for you. Just get it at chefmaria.com. Number 4 is pressure. Okay, how do we manage pressure in our careers, in our life? Cooking on shows like Recipe Rehab, Cutthroat Kitchen, and Next Level Chef, along with being an entrepreneur in general, which I will get to in the next section, taught me many powerful messages. And in some cases, I didn't learn them fast enough. I didn't get as far on Next Level Chef as I had hoped. And it was discouraging to me. But the truth is, it also taught me a powerful lesson that simplicity wins under pressure. When the clock is ticking, fancy absolutely falls apart. Fundamentals save you. And so it's important to, whether you're in a high pressure job or a high pressure situation, to breathe and then move. Don't panic, don't spiral. You just take the next doable action. And those kitchens were really metaphors for life for me because plans change and ingredients disappear and you adapt or you freeze. And adaptation is a skill that you can train. It is something that you need in every phase of life to adapt or to die, right? And so panicking is the thing that will take you off your game. It's the thing that will make you freeze and not move. And again, I am telling you this more from a place of, I wish I had done it. I wish I had been better at it, but there were moments that were good and moments that were not so good. And I think that's life, right? That is taking life lessons into account, digesting them, and then making them work for good. So that's a good step, is to just think back on the things that maybe you wish you would have done better and forge ahead with that new knowledge. Number 5 is entrepreneurship. For me, it has really been one brave step at a time. I didn't just wake up one day with Eat Cleaner or Superfood Sprinkle fully formed. In fact, Eat Cleaner came from a place of being a single mom, really a solo mom raising my kids by myself and wanting to do better for them and to do better for my family. My dad was a cancer survivor and could not eat a salad safely because we weren't sure if the produce was cleaned properly. And so I had to solve a problem. And I ended up solving that problem and then also having more flexibility in my schedule to spend with my kids. Superfood Sprinkle, the same thing. I wanted to create a spice blend that actually solved some problems: metabolism, digestion, inflammation, being able to prevent acid reflux and the things that plague a lot of people. And also adding flavor in a one and done, because not everybody has confident cooking skills. And if you have a spice blend that just does most of the work for you, why not? So I solved problems that were part of my life.
If you're eating healthy but still feel low energy, inflamed, or like your meals are missing something, it might be that you're not getting enough micronutrients. And that's exactly why I created Superfood Sprinkle. It's my all-in-one flavor and health-forward seasoning made with real functional ingredients like the amazing black cumin, turmeric, sesame seeds, brain-healthy mushrooms, kelp, nutritional yeast, and so much more. It isn't fairy dust, and it's not a supplement that you forgot to take. It's the easiest way to upgrade whatever you're already eating: eggs, veggies, bowls, avocado toast, and even popcorn. Sprinkle it on, and suddenly your food works for you. More flavor, more nutrients, and less effort. Because eating well shouldn't feel complicated, it should feel empowering. Now, if you head to chefmaria.com and use the code REALDISH, you'll get a special listener bonus. It's a sprinkle and a big shift. Now, what are you waiting for? Get some sprinkle in your life.
And that's where, as an entrepreneur, if you are on this path or you want to be on this path, that's why your story is so important. Because we can create a product because we think we'll make money off of it. But if we have a why attached to it, a story attached to it, it just becomes so much more personal, and you become more likable for it because people can relate to you in a more palpable way. I've had so many people tell me that my story was what compelled them and compelled them to want to try it and continue supporting it. And that's real. That is a real thing that I see over and over and over again. And you can think about that entrepreneurial journey of yours the same way. And another step is to start small, to test, to listen, and to repeat, because perfection is expensive. It will take a long time for perfection because you'll never get it. And you'll iterate over iteration, and it's really hard to get to the point as a type A personality where you feel like it's ready for show. And I'm just going to tell you that progress is really what you want to shoot for. Progress. If phase 1 is not perfect, you can enhance it on phase 2 and phase 3 and phase 4, but don't let that stop you from moving forward and taking that good step. And knowing that this is what you want to do will come from a place of having that background information, researching, education, knowing what your product brings to the table that's different from others. You want to educate yourself on the market before you even begin to sell one item, because people don't want to be convinced, they want to be empowered. And that's how trust is built, one honest step at a time. When they feel like you're doing this for them, that is everything. When they feel like you've created this because you want to help them do better, that makes the biggest difference. And last but not least, definitely not least, probably the most important, is faith, purpose, and Faith, purpose, and legacy. Faith taught me that clarity comes after obedience, not before. So you don't get to see the whole path ever. You have to just trust and take the step that you're given. I want to say that again because this is probably the most important lesson that you will take away from this is you don't get to see the whole path of your life. You get to take the step you're given. And that comes because you've trusted. You've trusted the process. You've trusted the creator. So one good step I return to constantly is to pray before deciding. Not after, but before. And to do it for the small and the big steps. Because God really wants to be involved in everything, all the decisions. And there's not a decision that's too small. Sometimes I just pray about what outfit to wear. Or I'll pray for what words to say to somebody if I'm meeting them for the first time. Or which exit to take. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. It really has helped me to build that relationship with God that I trust in all the decisions, even when they don't seem to be the most fruitful. So if you can adopt this habit of praying before deciding, I think it's a really, really good step. And one of the steps that I've had to take really conscientiously over the last year is to downshift. That downshift has meant not working as long hours, not doing as much. I still do a lot, let's face it, but I was burning myself out. And I had to downshift because if I didn't, I was going to burn out. And burning out is not an option. Rest isn't quitting, it's alignment. It is doing the things that you're more interested in and doing what matters for your purpose versus doing more for the sake of doing more. So that's going to take a lot of evaluation on your side. What deserves my time? What is my finite resource? It's time. So if I am allocating my time to it, it better be fruitful. It better be something that helps me reach my purpose. And if it doesn't, then it might be time to cross it off your list. And in this season of life, in January, I have had to cross some things that I've done for a long time off my list because they no longer serve the purpose. It's not easy. It's a little painful because they're also profitable, but I have to make those decisions because that is what this season of life requires. And you might need to do the same. I'm telling you, at 57, I'm interested in doing what matters, not interested in just filling my schedule. And you might be feeling the same way. And if you are, would you drop me a note at chefmaria.com and let me know that this one hit? So here's what I know. Let's wrap it up with a bow. Health is built one meal at a time. Confidence is built one rep at a time. Careers are built one decision at a time. And faith is built one surrender at a time. And a life you love, that's built one good step at a time. So today, it's not about overhauling your life or waiting for perfect conditions because the perfect condition is never going to be here. It's just taking the next good step in front of you. What does that look like for you? What does taking that next good step in front of you mean? I want you today to make a list of what one good step, not 10, but one good step that you would take today to get you towards your goals, and how that would feel if you could just achieve that one good step. And once you master that one good step, Then you can add another step and another step and another step until, well, you just keep going. Thank you for being here.
This podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered legal health advice. We are not responsible for any losses, damages, or liabilities that may arise from the use of this podcast. This podcast is not intended to replace professional medical advice, and the views expressed in this podcast may not be those of the host or the management. Hey, it's Chef Maria, and thank you so much for tuning into The Real Dish. It means a lot to me that you're here. I hope today's episode has inspired you to take some proactive steps towards a healthier and happier you. Because just remember, bite-sized changes can lead to big transformations. But before you go, would you do me a big favor? If you found value in this episode, would you share it with 2 of your closest friends and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode? And if you really want to make this girl's day, would you leave a 5-star review? I do hear an angel gets its wings every time you do that. But really, this helps us spread the message of real life wellness to even more listeners. And everybody could use a healthy portion of that, right? Now, until next time, remember, you are the chef of your own kitchen. So feed your life well, make good decisions, prioritize your well-being, and remember, you need to take care of you because we only get one of you and you are a gift to everyone around you. So until next week, this is Chef Maria signing off. And just remember, we're here to cook up a good time every single week. We'll see you soon.